Hello everyone, this is Randy here again, and we're playing just a little bit of Minecraft here. Been working on a Reactor Craft breeder reactor, and I thought I'd show you guys that. Just emptying out all the gold here from my extractor. Thought I'd come over here and check. It's like, oh crap, the chest is full again. Well, actually, it might be done. Oh, it is done. Okay. So as you can see, definitely get a lot of gold. I don't remember how many actual blocks of ore that was. It wasn't that many, I don't believe. Anyway, pick up some iron here. One thing with Reactor Craft and Rotary Craft, you need lots and lots of that HSLA steel. And I mean, no kidding, you need lots of it. Oh, did I run out of something? I ran out of, I think that's coal. I don't even know how much of the stuff I've used now. It's just ridiculous. I mean, no kidding, I've used probably barrels full of it. That's how much of this steel I've used. I can't tell you guys how many times I've filled this barrel up and then emptied it and filled it up and emptied it and filled it up. Okay, I think I can hold 6 stacks actually, I think. Got 5 in the hopper, 1 in the machine. We'll get this thing making more steel for us again. Okay, doing pretty good on the gunpowder. Apparently doesn't use much gunpowder. I mean, I've made a lot of steel here, and that's pretty much where it's been at with the gunpowder. Same thing with the sand. Primarily looks like the coal is what it goes through. Anyway, show you guys the breeder reactor I've been working on. I've kind of tidied up my whole nuclear facility room back here. Got some large obsidian bricks here. I thought those were pretty nice and wicked looking. Kind of got the flame pattern in them. I'll show you guys my reactor too. I've changed up the design on that. As you can see, I've changed up the design here. I'm still working on all the turbines. These things take crazy amounts of steel. This is where probably majority of my steel's gone. If you guys have ever made these, you'll know what I'm talking about. Just absolutely crazy. Anyway, built this little concrete structure here for the breeder reactor. Only ran through it once, but I got 8 pieces. Huh, that's interesting. Should have 9. Oh yeah, got one that hasn't quite fully converted yet. Yep, got 8 pieces of plutonium. Now, you don't want to pick this stuff up. You'll get nuclear radiation poisoning. So, I'm not sure. I think there is a suit or something you can wear for that. So, that's probably how you would pick that up then. I don't actually have that, so I probably should think about getting that. Anyway, this is my breeder reactor setup. Looks kind of complicated, but hopefully I'll kind of try to talk you guys through it. Shouldn't be too bad. If you kind of know the fission reactor, it's basically the same thing that's happening here. So, and I went with, from what I can find online, this is supposed to be the most efficient setup. Again, I cannot find a whole lot of information on Reactor Craft, which is kind of annoying. Makes it really hard to work with this mod. You know, not being a whole lot of information, so you're kind of, or at least I am, kind of guessing it as I go through it. Anyway, got breeder reactor cores. These are different than the normal cores that go in the other reactor. These are breeder reactor cores. Look exactly the same. Put your depleted breeder fuel, and these are made with depleted, let's see if I can pull it, yeah, depleted uranium. So you get these both from depleted uranium dust and from running a fission reactor. So my fission reactor that I believe is creating depleted uranium as well. And then you combine that with 1 fresh uranium pellet. That gets you the breeder reactor fuel. And then basically what you do, just grab one of those. I'm not going to run it right at the moment. And just drop one, like I got one in here yet that hasn't fully converted. And it takes, maybe a half hour, I think it converted them over. That one there, that one's probably not going to go any farther because I think it has to have more pellets around it. So you can't just have 1 core. You do have to have, I think the minimum's like 2x2 core for this to work. So So I got a 3x3. Like I said, this is supposed to be the most efficient design I've found online. Then I got it surrounded by sodium heaters. If you look those up, I believe that was the name of them. Yes, sodium heaters. So got 9 of those, or actually no, 12. Yes, 12 of those. Got 9 cores surrounded by 12 sodium heaters. And what's happening here, molten sodium is getting pumped into the bottom of these, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. Actually, I can hop down there. I'll just show you guys it getting pumped in. I'll show you guys how to make it here too in a minute. That's this setup here. So yeah, these pipes here. Using all liquid ducts. Rotary craft does come with pipes too, but I've been using liquid ducts. I kind of like those better. So pumping in liquid sodium into the bottom. As you can see, there's 7.5 millibuckets in that one. There's 5 in that one. Another 5 in that one. Another 6.5 in that one of sodium. And then out the top, we are pumping. I forget exactly what comes out of these. I actually have not gotten anything out of these. So it appears it doesn't use, if it does use sodium, it doesn't use much. So whatever it does pump out, it hasn't pumped out anything yet. But what it does pump out, it will pump out into these heat exchangers, which are in the middle here, if I can get up there. So yeah, in the middle here, there's a heat exchanger. And that is surrounded by a regular... Oh, I forget the name of those again. Sorry about that. Don't remember what the name of these things are. It's the same ones that go in the fission reactor for exchanging water. Basically supposed to pull the heat away. And out of that, I got steam pipes. Now, I haven't actually got any steam out of this one. So like I say, I'm not getting anything out of these sodium heaters. So I'm not sure if I don't have something right, or my reactor simply isn't hot enough. Which is fine by me. I'm not looking to produce any power with this. I'm looking just to get the plutonium. So theoretically, you could possibly get rid of this entire top setup I have here. Like I said, I haven't seen anything come out of there yet. Might just be too, I need to fill these up yet. It takes a long time to get any molten sodium. And I've been making a lot of it, so I'll just show you guys my fission reactor setup here in a minute too. It's too bad Whale doesn't actually tell me what some of these blocks are. Actually, I do have a book here. Fission reactor. Doesn't actually tell me what that part is here either, does it? Oh, here it is. Yeah, steam boiler. That's what those parts are. Steam boilers. So they pull the heat away from the heat exchanger there and create steam with it. Pumping water into the underneath of these. This is my new fission reactor setup. Again, looked online. This found what was supposed to be a semi-efficient setup. Again, it's the 3x3 setup that's over there. I modified it slightly though. And by modifying, I put all these get the right name for these here, control rods in between them. So hopefully I can theoretically shut my reactor off. Whereas the one I looked at online, there was no control rod, so I don't think you could shut it off. Well, I guess you could pull the fuel out. I guess that would work. But anyway, this is my new design for my reactor. As you can see, a little bit simpler. I've got like sectioned off into 4 here, divided down the middle by the control rods. That's what it looks like in the central control thing here, the actual reactor controller. Again, you don't think you actually have to have this unless you actually want to control these. Can't actually click on these unless you want to control these control rods. And then here too, there should be separated between each of the fuel cores. There should be a control rods, so hopefully it can completely shut this reactor down. That was my goal behind the design on this reactor. Again, like I said, much simpler design. It is larger than my previous reactor, so should be interesting. Got a lot more steam boilers on it. Also has a few more control rods and a few more cores. And then if we hop down here, again, I cleaned it up down here too. It's hopefully a lot cleaner looking. Pulling all the scrap out of the bottom of these things, and it goes the same place to the trash can down below. This is powering. Yeah. my reactor control center here. So you're supposed to have, what does the book say? I think the book says. Ah, yes. 1024 watts per control rod. So I didn't actually count. I'm not sure how many I have, but I'm making 131 kilowatts. I think I got just under a stack of control rods in there. So I figured we'll go a little higher. I don't believe there's anything else to show you guys down below. That's pretty much it. I haven't changed anything down there. As you can see too, I cleaned up my room. Got a floor on here now. Completely changed up my design here. I don't have any of it hooked up yet, so still working on that part. I did get some numbers from Rika's Minecraft. He said each one of these is capable of producing, if I got this right, 180,000 RF. So yeah, 180,000 RF, and each of these those engines I was using is capable of producing 12,000 RF. So doing the math, you can run quite a few. I think it was 15. Let me pull up a calculator here a minute. I think it was 15. So we got 180. Come on, 8. Calculator doesn't want to have an 8 on it for some reason. And then divide that by 12. Yes, 15. Can power 15 of those engines. So a lot of power there. A lot of power. Let's see. I think that pretty much covers this thing. Yeah, these are the steam boilers here. They're taking heat away from the heat exchanger. Like I said, I haven't seen any of this setup work yet, so I'm not sure if I've got to have these full for it to work or what, but obviously I don't have them full yet. I think the fullest one is this one in the corner, 7.5. Yeah, 7.4. Goes down from there. Piping in water to the bottom, just like the fission reactor. And this is supposed to be pumping, I think it's cooled sodium out of the top of this. So that's what's supposed to be going on there. I'll show you guys my sodium setup here. So what you got in the middle, and I gotta remember the name for this thing too. Probably should have looked this stuff up before I started recording. An electrolyzer to decompose materials into their constituents, salt into sodium, and chlorine into water. So I'm getting, yeah, this is chlorine gas and molten sodium out of salt. And what I have here, I'm kind of cheating a little bit. I've got a better barrel with a creative upgrade on it, so it has infinite amount of salt getting pulled out of it. I cannot actually find the right type of salt that goes into this thing. I've got, I think I got 3 types of salt, and neither one of them will work in this machine. It wants actual rotary craft salt, and I apparently have none. So I'm not sure if it's not the world genning, if there's a particular way you have to make it. I am not sure on that. All I know is I'm not getting any salt. From what I can tell, it's supposed to world gen, so that's why I'm cheating that way. Otherwise, normally I don't cheat. All that stuff back there is built legitimately. Not cheating any of it. Let's see what's here. This is my cell here, yes. And at the moment, I'm just bringing power over here this way. So basically what the breeder reactor does, hopefully I'm not explaining it okay, is it takes depleted uranium and converts it into plutonium. Now you don't actually have to have a fission reactor to get depleted uranium. You will get depleted uranium when you make actual fresh uranium. I think is this... Oh, it must be off. As I say, it took power there, so I thought it was on. Okay, so basically this thing needs 3 types of things to run. It needs power itself. It needs a heater. And then it needs a Van de Graaff generator for electrical sparking. You do not want to stand too close to this thing. It will shock the living daylights out of you. I've been killed by it twice now. And that's wearing bedrock armor. So, and this armor can neutralize most threats. But that, yeah. Actually, I blew this whole room up with this Van de Graaff generator. I cranked it up a little too much. Blew the snot out of this place. So yeah, I had to rebuild. Now that I did cheat, so actually I guess I kind of lying there. I did cheat most of these components back, but I did initially build it legitimately. That is until my Van de Graaff generator blew it all up. So just a warning, don't crank that thing up too high. Bad thing. Okay, we'll turn the heater on. Turn the power to that on. And I really need to get some redstone. Turn that on from like a distance. Okay, not sure why we don't have no power. We got power now. Yes, we do. Okay. It's really annoying. I'm playing on the New Horizons mod pack, by the way. But it seems like the power conduits derp up every now and then. At any intersection or angle, go break that intersection or angle, and then they'll start working again. Really annoying. I don't know why. I had the same problem back in my main base there where I got conduits running. So that's actually why I don't have a whole lot of conduits running. I'm actually using Tesseracts. Kind of stupid, but you know, run a Tesseract for like 10 blocks or whatever, but at least I can rely on that. Okay, turn this on from a distance and run like heck. So as you can see, it's taking salt here. I think this one, okay, no, this one's the chlorine gas, and on this side it's making molten sodium. And then simply getting piped out, hop down here. Once it gets enough, it'll eventually pipe the molten sodium out from underneath there and put it into the sodium heaters there. See, it's pumping, oh, out of the way. You can see it's pulling salt out of the barrel here. As you can see, if I stand a little too close, it, yeah, ow. I must have it low enough at the moment it's actually not hurting me. I wouldn't advise turning it up to, I think I had 500. That's what I had it turned up to, 500 watts. Yeah, that killed me and blew this, like I said, blew this place to crap. So, I wouldn't advise turning it any higher than what I have it now. Anyway, folks, I think that's, we'll call it an episode there. Like I said, I just wanted to show you guys my breeder reactor, and hopefully I'll get another video up shortly. I'll show you guys this in action, and then I'll have my, hopefully have my, some of this, more of this set up and running as well, so we can get my fission reactor set up and going again. I should show you guys one more thing too here before we end. I was thinking, you know, what in the world do we do all this power? I mean, each one of these turbines can produce 180,000 RF. So, for you guys doing the math, there's 16, well, there actually is, I need to build 2 more yet. There's 14 turbines down there at the moment. Hopefully I'm going to put 2 more in yet after I get enough steel to build them. Once I get enough steel, I'm going to have 16 turbines, so guys doing the math, let me do the math here a minute. We do 180,000 times 16. Okay. Well, you guys do the math. That's a lot of RF. Oh my goodness. That is a lot of RF. Anyway, my, like, what in the world can I do with all this power? So this is what I came up with. A laser drill. Making ore this way. And it's making one thing I really, really need. That's pitch blende. I do not have any more pitch blende. I've used every last drop up I have. Unfortunately, with the New Horizons mod pack, the only place you can get it is the end. If you do have Twilight Forest, supposedly you can get it in the Twilight Forest, but the New Horizons mod pack does not have that. So I've completely mined out the end for pitch blende. So in a sense, my reactor here is dead in the water. So I'm probably going to end up cheating some of that in so I can actually run my reactor some more. I mean, otherwise I built this whole thing for nothing. Anyway, folks, if you have any comments or questions, we'll call it an episode here. Hope you guys enjoyed my breeder reactor setup. Well, like I say, it looks a little complicated, but once you understand the basics of it, it's actually not that much going on here. It's actually quite simple. Like I say, just drop your depleted breeder breeder reactor fuel in there, and it'll eventually get converted over to plutonium. So that, by the way, is how you get plutonium. This does not make uranium, it makes plutonium. And I've not run my reactor on plutonium yet. Supposedly that is supposed to be better than uranium, so like I say too, don't pick this stuff up, you'll get radiation poisoning. I found that out. Kind of annoying. It's like 30 minutes of it too, it's ridiculous. Anyway, have any questions about this, be sure to let me know. I'm not an expert, so I might not be able to answer them, but I will do the best I can.